Space combat games are far too uncommon on any system nowadays, so Darkstar 1 Broken Alliance fills a really large void. PC gamers had their chance with this game first when it came out in 2006. Now, Xbox 360 owners get to blast space pirates to smithereens in this long space adventure.
Good morning. Darkstar 1 requesting permission to land.
Darkstar 1 isn't a deep game, but it is a flawed one. To copy and paste side missions with all the same voiceovers get tedious after a while, while the blurry cutscenes and inconsistent voice acting make it hard to care about the story. But even these and other flaws won't dampen your spirits too much. Darkstar 1 Broken Alliance is fun and accessible, and it has a way of pushing you forward. That's due to the light ship customization and simple but entertaining combat that has you shooting up all sorts of space vessels with your weapons and your turrets.
I am not wrong! And even if I am, what do you care?
So you're Kayron Jarvis, a spaceship pilot whose father was apparently killed after a fellow pilot committed an act of sabotage. You're out for revenge, but as it turns out, the plot behind Dad's death turns out to be a lot more complicated than you first thought. Along the way, you pick up a spunky co-pilot along with a few friends among Darkstar 1's various alien races. The plot follows more or less predictable lines, and the lead actors are bland, but they're fine. A lot of the other voiceover, however, is pretty bad.
Was not at all impressed when he learned what you did to his cargo vessel. He did not deserve any better.
The low-resolution cutscenes will also fail to impress you, so don't expect to get invested in the low-rent space opera tying all the space combat together. Thankfully, the gameplay holds things up pretty well. As you make your way across the universe, you gather artifacts located on asteroids, and these allow you to upgrade your ship, the Darkstar 1. This in turn allows you to equip new and better weapons, increase your hull strength, and so on. It also lets you upgrade your all-purpose plasma device, which can be used to enhance your shields or emit an EMP blast, amongst other uses. But the main crux here is combat. Both story missions and the side missions you take require that you shoot a lot of ships. There are variations on this theme, of course. You'll eavesdrop on conversations before shooting enemies, or you'll shoot them while you're escorting trade ships, or you'll shoot them in order to free a system from pirate control. But you get the point. Combat is the focus. The repetitious voiceovers and copy and paste mission structure might really wear you down after a while. Luckily, the story missions throw in a tiny bit of variety.
Hell has devoured the piratess. Thank you, Terran. You saved my life.
It's also lucky that Darkstar 1 is relatively accessible. The downside of that accessibility is that you don't get the economic depth of something like X3 Reunion, though you can transport goods around and make some profit. The upside is that Darkstar 1 is easy to pick up and play. The controls are easy to get used to and the interface keeps things simple. Targeting, rolling, shooting, all of it is easy to get a handle on. It's also easy on the eyes, as most space games tend to be, though the ships and stations aren't as detailed as you'd hope for. You'll also run into pockets of slowdown whenever the action gets a little heavy. You may also encounter a few bugs. Some glitches we encountered were simple, such as when selecting an object on the target list wouldn't select it in the game. Another bug, however, kept us from collecting all 100 artifacts and therefore unlocking the 2 associated achievements.
You will not evade us.
But problems aside, Darkstar 1 Broken Alliance is simple and it's fun to play, and the promise of yet another upgrade will push you to keep going. Sure, it's a little glitchy, it's a little repetitive, and it's a little cheesy, but if you've had a hankering for some space combat, Darkstar 1 is a nice long adventure that gives you good value for the money.
Burning ambition will be punished.